All right. It's Monday night, Boost Mindset with Adam Bones, and that's me. I'm streaming live right now to TikTok and to YouTube, and my first multicast live stream, so bear with me if there's any issues here, but my aim is to provide as much value as I can in a half an hour's time on the subject of mindset, subconscious reprogramming, and energy. And they're all interconnected. In fact, I just ran a workshop earlier today called Break the Hypnosis and Ignite Your Life. And it was all about understanding how mind operates, how mind is the flow of energy to and through the human being. Do you know how energy flows through a human being? Have you ever seen a picture of the energy field of a human being? It's pretty cool. But to make it very simple, what I want to do is share with you something that my mentor taught me. That's Bob Proctor. I studied closely with Bob Proctor. I was in his inner circle. I was a consultant with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. So I actually worked facilitating his signature program. Bob passed away 2 years ago, by the way. And he holds a very special place in my heart. And so anyways, Bob Proctor taught me to adopt a top-down approach. Okay. Nevaeh, how are you? Good to see you. I am multicast live streaming right now to you here on TikTok and to you here on YouTube, by the way, just to let you guys know. This is a first for me, and I'm really excited to make the most of it. I'm very good, thank you. So tonight I'm talking about energy and mindset and how they're interrelated, right? And what I mean by a top-down approach, this is what I learned directly from Bob Proctor. A top-down approach. First, let's look at the opposite. Let's look at what you don't want. You don't want your emotions to control your thinking. Let me say that again. We don't want to let our emotions control our thinking. Why? Tell me why. I told you I'm good with names. I've trained myself to get good with names because I value it. I value you guys. And I want you to feel valued, right? And for a long time, I wasn't good with names. And I would forget someone's name right away. And I hated that. It made for a lot of awkward situations. Have you ever gotten in that situation where you've been like running into someone or chatting with someone over the years and there's no excuse for not knowing their name, but you still don't, and it's now awkward? And it's just one of those things, right? You can break the cycle by being, look, this is kind of stupid, but can you remind me of your name? I want to honor our relationship here, kind of thing, okay? It's important. Just be honest, be vulnerable, be authentic, okay? But I digress. That's not what we're talking about here. In a way we are, because we're talking about training the mind and adopting a top-down approach. A top-down approach is where thinking affects emotion instead of the other way around. Does that make sense? You don't want your emotions controlling your thinking. That's a recipe for disaster. Why? Think about it. Why do you guys think it's important to not let your emotions control your thinking? Tell me. Hello, Vel. It's good to see you. Welcome to the live. It's important to have that closet of awareness in your heart. At the end of the day, that helps balance the emotions in your body and mind. What do you mean by a closet? What do you mean by a closet of emotions? Or a closet of awareness, excuse me. Awkward Art Ace says, just scrolling by. Hope you have the best day. You are loved. You are important. Thank you. Right back at you. So why do you guys think it's important to have a top-down approach instead of perhaps a bottom-up approach, right? Why do you think it's important for your thinking to be at the helm of this ship instead of your emotions? What do you think? I want to hear from you. Why is it important to adopt that top-down approach? What do you think? Any ideas, you guys? Any ideas from my TikTok followers here? Subjective versus objective. That's deep. I love that. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but that's a deep topic, right? We're talking inner versus outer, okay? But in this conversation, I'm talking about inner, everything inner, because your thoughts are inner, your emotion is inner, and those both contribute to your patterns of behavior, okay? Really, this is about your behavior. At the end of the day, it's about how you show up. It's about your energy level and the activity and the action you take on a daily basis. I know a lot of new age spiritual manifestors think that you can manifest from your bedroom, right? By shifting your frequency of vibration. I very much believe we're vibrational beings. I know we are. And I know that you can shift your vibration. However, I also know that your paradigm is trained. Your vibration is trained. It's built into your nervous system at this point. So you're going to have to retrain it over time. Does that make sense? Okay. I see my heart as a big wardrobe filled with many characteristics that makes up a mindset. Okay. A big wardrobe, huh? Filled with many characteristics. Okay. What I really want to help you do, Nevaeh, and anyone else listening right now and really waiting for the answer here, is to simplify your mind. One of the biggest problems I see today in society is chaos in the mind. And guess what contributes to that? Scrolling. If you scroll for 10 minutes, you're liable to get 100 different ideas flowing through your mind. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not healthy. Okay, and it's brand new in human evolution. We never had this in the past. Now we have an overflow of information coming from all different directions. What does that do? It completely shuts down your creative capacity. Let me say that again. It's shutting down your creative capacity. Your creative capacity is your ability to focus your mind upon a single thing, a single object. If you can learn how to do that, learn how to focus again, you can reveal your superpower and you can create whatever you want. Without focus, there is no deliberate creation. Excuse me, let me close my office door. Give me 1 second. And let me say that again. Without focus, there is no deliberate creation. Okay? Why? This is our creative center. Now, when I point here, I am pointing to the brain, but I'm not just talking about the brain. The brain is an electronic switching station. Think of it like an antenna. It's picking up on a frequency of energy. That frequency of energy creates thoughts in your mind. Those thoughts, they flash immediately through your nervous system. That is your electrical grid in this electrical body, this energetic body. What happens when you think and then fire that thought through your nervous system? It releases chemistry in the tissues of your body. Chemicals. We've got stress hormones if you're thinking about stressful things in your mind. Ruminating on the past or worrying about the future, you're going to flood your body with those electrical impulses and flood your body with stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, neuroepinephrine. Okay, these are stress hormones that will actually downregulate your genes, meaning cause disease over time. We're not meant to live in a stress response. The stress response is meant to be used to get you out of danger and get you to safety if you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger or some other threat. It's not meant to be a state of living, a state of being. Very unhealthy to live with stress hormones all the time. Okay? So, how do we reverse that? How do we bring order to the mind and focus the mind so that we can be a deliberate manifester? How do you focus if You experienced a lot of trauma in the past, and that trauma caused you to, feel unsafe in your body. And so you go into some escapism in your mind. Difficult to focus in that scenario. Please understand that being able to focus your mind implies that you can be in your body and feel safe in your body. If you don't feel safe in your body, then that's anxiety. Anxiety always comes with it overthinking, ruminating, intrusive thoughts. Think about that. Are you ever sitting there calm as a Hindu cow in your mind, yet your body is nervous? Not usually. No, usually your body is anxious and it causes, unhealthy thoughts. We're talking ruminating from the past, worrying about the future, departing from this present moment in this intelligent body. So to refocus, it's kind of a dual process. Number one is regulating your nervous system through breath work and meditation and exercise so that you can drop back into the body. And secondly is to ask yourself one very important question. What do you want? When you ask yourself that question, you're going to get an answer. What do I want? And how, and what do I want to shoot for? What do I want to focus on? Think about it. If you knew that your focused attention was going to manifest, no matter what it is, if you focus on it every day, it will manifest. What would you think about? Answer me that. Okay, so I go back to the top-down approach. Many of us experience trauma and some of us abuse, all right? And that has created a chronic state of disconnection from our intelligent body and a real difficulty focusing. They got a lot of different names for it in the medical profession, right? All kinds of focus disorders. Okay? I'm not a big fan of diagnosed disorders. I know they're all a function of disconnection from your intelligent body. It's just a matter of severity. If you live in that disconnected state, it will create disease, aka dis-ease. I'm sure you guys have heard that. Maybe you haven't. Dis-ease is the same as disease. And what is dis-ease? It's that feeling of disconnect, anxiety, which will lead to depression. Depression is this feeling that I can't escape these pre-programmed patterns in my mind and in my body. If you feel trapped in the same pattern over and over, that's called depression. Okay? How do we get out of that? We got to break the cycle. It's the same way we got to break anxiety. It's the same way to become a deliberate creator and reclaim our sovereign power of focused attention. Focused attention. Okay? So focusing your attention is very important. Adopting that top-down approach. That's where thinking starts to affect my emotion instead of my emotion controlling my thinking. That's the simplest way to put that. You're going to notice when bad things happen, sometimes some people go with the bad thing, right? Les Brown said when things go wrong, don't go with them. So stock market plunges. All of a sudden your investment has just tanked or whatever. Well, that's going to cause a reaction inside of you, a fear-based reaction. What are you going to do though? Are you going to let that eat you up? Are you going to let that control your focus for the rest of the day, week, or month? A lot of people would. Or conversely, let's say on the news you hear about a new conflict across the globe, or a new report on climate change, or the other political party is pointing the finger at you and blaming you for, it's like there's no end to these triggers that are just fed to us via the media that puts you in that disconnected state. Your emotion automatically gets triggered. That's not going to change. Emotions will be triggered. That's not going away. But what you can shift is how you respond to it. What you do in here, what you think about. You always have sovereign power over that. You always have sovereign power over what you're thinking about. You may not be able to recognize that in every present moment, but you do. Okay? You always have sovereign power over what you think about. Remember that. And cultivate it. It needs to be cultivated. It needs to be practiced. I promise you this. If you practice deliberate thinking every day for the next 21 days, you will have created a new pattern, a new habit of deliberate thinking. It's miraculous. Some of my clients are having the most incredible breakthroughs right now because they're realizing I don't need to think the way that I've been thinking about that issue in my life, that conflict. What if I could shift what I'm thinking about it? And that shifts everything. That's the truth. Now, I happen to know that you are trained in your nervous system to think and feel the way you have been for some time. So it's going to take retraining your brain and your nervous system. That doesn't need to take forever. And so what I want to do today is recruit you guys to my 21-day challenge to shift it, to shift the pattern of thinking in your life. It's called the Boost Mindset Protocol. Okay? It's a 21-day challenge. It's the Boost Mindset Protocol. Oh, we're backwards here. Hang on. Let me flip this around. There we go. Check me out here. Okay? We do a rewiring session in the morning. We do a rewiring session in the evening. I call that your morning boost and your evening roost. Cute, huh? Okay. And then you've got your goal achieving actions. You're going to pick 3 actions to perform every day for 21 days. Why is it 21 days? Because that's how long it takes to create a new habit. That's how long it takes to rewire the neural circuitry in your brain and nervous system. 21 days of consistent, deliberate thinking and behaving. Right? I know it's going to be difficult to stay on track. That's why I created the Boost Mindset community in the Discord. I have a Discord community that you can join for free, and you can take part in this 21-day challenge for free. Okay? Last piece is to track your score. So I have a accountability piece here, and you report it back to the Boost Mindset community. That's it. You rewire in the morning. You do your 3 daily goal achieving actions. These should be fun, by the way. They're things you get to do. You get to choose what you do with your life. Okay? And we do an evening rewire meditation. Those, by the way, I call a deep sync session. Deep sync. That's my proprietary method to help go deep into your subconscious mind. A lot like hypnosis. Rewire for whatever it is that you want. So I'm guiding you in connecting with your true heart's desire and relaxing. Brainwaves slow down into alpha and theta. Now you can actually change the cause of your life circumstances. The cause. What is the cause? Your conditioning, your consciousness, the inner kingdom. What is going on in here is always being reflected out there. So, to shift, to make a change, what needs to shift? Your theme of consciousness or your paradigm. Your paradigm is your belief system. Your paradigm is the collection of beliefs you inherited. Okay? All right. I know someone's with me here. Is it Maureen? Swain. Very cool. I'm glad you're keeping up here. I'm glad someone's paying attention. What about the rest of you guys? What's coming up for you? Talk to me. Is this hitting for you? Is there any questions that I can answer for you right now? Are you going to join me in this 21-day challenge that kicks off on Sunday? By the way, that's Super Bowl Sunday kickoff, right? But we're going to start at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so 5 hours before the game starts. So if you love football, you can do this too. Don't pass up this opportunity. I'm starting another 21-day challenge. We ran a cycle in January. I had 49 people, and I got incredible testimonial and feedback from the people who showed up and did it. I was doing student interviews all week, and I almost shed a tear seeing the shifts that people had, okay? And they're coming back. Once they do this, they're like, oh yeah, I'm coming back. By the way, it's free, okay? And so here's the centerpiece of the Boost Mindset Protocol. This is a brand new protocol that my team and I have created, and it's intended to help you rewire your mind for whatever it is you want to manifest in your life. Please don't believe the lucky girl and lucky guy people on TikTok or online. They'll tell you that you can instantly manifest what you want with ease and it'll just come to you. Please don't believe that. Please don't fall for that garbage. Please understand that this is all about your behavior change. This is all about you showing up more powerfully in your life. Think about who you want flying your plane. Do you want someone who believes in instant manifestation and everything comes to them, or someone who has trained themselves to be skilled at something? Someone who's dependable, someone who is skilled, someone who is, focused. You want that, right? Same goes if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur. Who are you going to hire? You're going to hire the lucky girl who says everything comes to me easily, or you're going to hire the person who's diligent and who wants to, increase the bottom line of your business and your mission. You got to have people who are mission focused. Okay? Maureen, good. Click the link in my bio. Okay, the one that says join the Boost Mindset community. And you'll come into my Discord, and as soon as you do, you'll be greeted and be given access to the protocol, okay? And I'll hook you up with the download. This is the download where you see the steps to the challenge. By the way, I facilitate the morning boost and the evening roost every day for these 21 days in the community, in the Discord, in a voice channel where I show up and I stream this meditation visualization. I wish I could convey to you how good you're going to feel after these rewiring sessions. It's literally going to raise your frequency of vibration and shift your emotional patterns in such a powerful way, okay? And so this is the centerpiece of the challenge. What is this? This is the purpose map. It's a map for your purpose and your forward motion in life. It consists of your vision, mission, goal-achieving actions, and your why. Why is this important to you? Do you know why it's important for you? If you're a goal setter, why are these goals important? You better know why, because you're going to need that. It's going to need to be powerful and potent so that you can remember why you're doing this. Because there will be challenges along the way. I'm not going to lie. There will be challenges. Your spouse may roll their eyes when you're meditating. Your kids may need you when you were planning on doing something else. The weather might flood your kitchen. I don't know. Things show up. Things happen. And we got to be ready to reorient and recalibrate. Okay? Hey, Maddie. Good to see you. We got to be ready to recalibrate, right, Maddie? On a regular basis. This requires constant remembrance and constant recalibration. It's good to see you again. Yes, exactly, she says. Maddie's experiencing a shift, and it's amazing to watch, along with several other people in the group, okay? So, the purpose map you gotta have, okay? This is your destination, your vision. 5 to 10 years out, how would you like to be living? Do you have a picture? If you don't, then it's like saying, I want to go on a trip and getting in your car and leaving the driveway and just driving to nowhere. What kind of trip is that if there's nowhere you're going? Think about that. There's no destination. There's no direction. Okay? What else do you need? Well, you need a map with directions. You got to have a map with directions. What is that? Okay, that's your mission. First of all, that's a short-term objective, 3 to 6 months. Okay, that mission is going to be one of many short-term objectives on the way to your vision. So if you're driving from West Coast to East Coast, for example, you're going to want to stop in maybe Denver and then maybe Oklahoma and then maybe, Virginia. It's like you have stops along the way. Those are your missions, okay? So you're going to set a 3 to 6 month mission. Goal achieving actions is what you're going to do on a daily basis. Now it's like, okay, we have a vehicle, we're going to fill it up with gas, and we're going to take deliberate motion towards it. And lastly is your why. You got to have that strong reason why. Taken all together, what this is a picture in the mind. Bob Proctor taught me one of the most important things that I ever learned in mindset. He said, we think in pictures. Sounds obvious, but if you haven't really considered this lately or deeply, do so. We think in pictures, right? So right now I want to ask you to picture your refrigerator in your kitchen. What does it look like? Is it 2 doors or 1 door? Is it top and bottom or left and right? What color is it? Right now you're visualizing your refrigerator. You're bringing an image, a picture into the mind. Okay, so the mind thinks in pictures, storylines, and narratives, and meaning. All that happens in a blink of an eye. You have an incredibly powerful resource right here called your imagination. Most of the time it's being stolen by the media, by the government propaganda, by your religious dogma, by your parents' opinion, by your kids' opinion, for God's sakes. Everyone else's opinion will infiltrate your creative center if you let it. What I'm telling you to do is to develop a picture for your mind. Got it? Yeah. Hey, Sammy. Yes, I am. I'm streaming right now to YouTube right here and TikTok over here. I meant to be streaming to 4 platforms, but 2 of them didn't pick up. I got to figure it out, do some tech stuff. Yeah. How did you know, Sammy? Did you hear me say that, or were you clued in some other way? Curious. Good to see you, by the way. Pretty soon I'm going to be multicast streaming to 4 platforms 3 times a week. When I told you I want to get the message out, I meant it. When I told you that I want to spread the message of self-empowerment, I meant it. Right? I'm a man on a mission. Why? Because I want to help you shortcut the learning curve. Okay? Yeah, I asked you what clued you into the fact that I was multicast streaming to multiple platforms. Did you hear me say that? Or did something else clue you into that, was the question. I gave you 2 options there. Which one? Any questions, you guys, on what you've heard so far today? And by the way, I'm typing. Hold, please. I'm going to give you another question. Don't worry. I'm patient. I'll wait. What did you think of the Boost Mindset protocol? What were your initial impressions? I'm curious. Take your time. And those of you on YouTube, oh, you know what? I'm not signed into YouTube, so I'm not seeing the live chat. So, that's mindset, guys. Mindset is very simple. It's not easy to deploy it in your life, but it's so simple. It's that top-down approach. It's thinking deliberately every day in the face of the trigger. That's why I do trigger therapy, by the way. Trigger therapy is so important. In the face of the trigger, can you think deliberately? What do you think? How many of you guys are having difficulty maintaining focus in your life? I'll be honest, I struggle with it. Again, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be straight up. I struggle with focus. And I work on it every day. I gotta work on it. How do I work on it? Meditate. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Second I got on. Okay. You saw me looking over here and talking to this camera right here probably, right? Going back and forth. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm usually laser focused. Ooh, Laura, investor, making it happen, does sleep hypnosis. Nice. Nice. Glad to hear that, Laura. Those are powerful. Those are powerful. I highly suggest people do that. Mainly that little sliver of time right before you fall asleep. That's a special window because your brain is going from these conscious beta brain waves, high frequency, to slower to alpha, to slower to theta. Theta, there's a thin line, that's the veil. That's when you're drowsy. You're in a woozy state of consciousness. You're not fully conscious, you're not fully asleep. That is the time to suggest something powerful to your mind. and shift your subconscious. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Because after that, you go into delta. Okay? In delta is asleep, unconscious. And yes, you can reprogram yourself when you're in delta. But listen, I'm not a huge fan of that. Why? Because I did it for years. And over time, I realized it disturbed my sleep. It disturbed my slumber. Here's the real ticket. It's right as you're nodding off to sleep and right after you wake up. So what I do is right before I go to sleep, I'm sitting there, breathing, eyes closed. I visualize myself in the wish fulfilled. The wish fulfilled. Dream has come into fruition. I'm grateful for it being here. I feel calm, cool, collected, grateful. Okay? Hold that state right as you go to sleep. That's the most powerful thing you can do. And then right when you wake up, you think about it again. But you're going to find, if you thought about it right before sleep, you're going to be more prone to think about it right when you wake up. And you're going to reach a new state of being where it's like right when you wake up, you're like, whoa, I used to feel fear right when I wake up and I see that it's there, but I also see that I have another choice. I'm going to choose this time. And you make a different choice. And that becomes a new habit. Now, right when I wake up, I start saying the self-confidence formula. I know that I have the ability to achieve my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I here now promise to render such action. And on and on and on it goes. That imbues my entire being with a powerful energy that day. Okay? It's really cool. It's really cool. Really, really cool, I gotta say. Any questions? Because I am going to cut my live short tonight. My teaching of deliberate thought has been very helpful. Thank you for saying that. Happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah. What I do is I try to cover all the practical basis I can around that concept. Because I know that it's not easy to think deliberately. Especially when you're triggered. You know? It's not meant to be easy. I think that in this life experience, we want to summon the courage and the faith and the guts and the grit to face these things that have been challenges for us. And I just want to caution you guys against the New Age manifestation teachings. You know, not to sound bitter or anything, but I just think that it's a travesty to mislead people in that way, to tell them that they can instantly manifest something differently, when I know that manifestation is about retraining your nervous system with deliberate thought over time. Yeah, you can have a rapid shift. I'm not saying it has to take years and years. It can happen quickly, but it does take a little time. It takes about 21 days to actually really shift, to retrain your nervous system. Any questions, you guys? Any comments on this? Any other circumstances showing up or ideas that are sort of contradicting what I'm hoping to get across to you? I think I just got a star. Thank you, whoever did that. Any questions on being a deliberate creator, a deliberate manifester, on overcoming negative emotion or fear? Do you know that you deserve everything that you want? Do you know that worthiness is a flawed premise altogether? That's why a huge part of my mission, my why, is because I don't want to see anyone stuck in that feeling of unworthiness, right? Like I was. I was taught that it's all about work. It's all about hard work. And I did one of the hardest things in the world, wrestling. Literally, it's one of the hardest things you can do on the face of the planet. It's one man versus another man, head to head, or a woman versus woman. Same weight, same size, same strength. They both want it bad. I don't know if you can even fathom how difficult it is to battle with another person that wants to win as much as you do. It is the most exhausting, strenuous thing you can possibly do. All right, and I'm talking exhaustion on a cellular level. I'm talking about your face wants to fall off. Okay, I could hardly hold my face on. Literally, I wouldn't smile. I'd just be like, after wrestling matches. Hard work is great. Hard work is wonderful. It's sexy when it's aligned with your true heart's desire, when it's coming from your own volition, when it's a product of your own conclusion. It's super sexy, okay? Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Someone just got censored. Seems to be happening all the time now. We're always getting filtered and censored these days. What do you think about that? All right, you guys are a little quiet tonight, but that's okay. I have to hop off. If you guys want to learn more about this, join me in the Discord community if you haven't already. And reach out. This is my life's work. It's what I do when I wake up till I go to sleep every day. So, by the way, I think that that's a good way to frame your life. Have a magnificent obsession. I'm not one to promote, a balanced lifestyle. I don't believe in that. I'm not saying throw everything else out the door. I'm not saying don't worry about your health. Well, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not saying don't consider your health. I'm not saying don't consider the other people in your life. I'm not saying don't consider taking out the garbage every week, okay? What I'm saying is keep your focus where it belongs. If you want to magnify and amplify your creative power, it happens by developing a burning desire for that magnificent obsession. Okay? Don't try and cultivate balance with everything. You will be diffusing your power. Instead, focus like a maniac on that one thing. Call it your one thing, your blue flame. You're going to be much more effective by doing that, and I would argue you're going to be in a much healthier state of being because you're focusing your energy. You're becoming a clean and clear conduit for the divine energy, and you're going to be much more effective at accomplishing and achieving that which you set out to. Hi, Samina. Very good. It's good to see you. So this, I know, is an unpopular opinion. Some would say it's all about balance. Eat a balanced diet. Make sure you exercise every day. Make sure that, you're doing this and you're doing that and this and that. Diversify your portfolio. No. Strike while the iron is hot on the thing that lights you up. Create a windfall in that one particular area. Then you can go out and focus on the other stuff. Now listen, I work out. I lift weights, I work out. I believe in moving my body. I'm not going to stop doing that, especially since I sit so much for my job. But every moment I can, I'm focused on my magnificent obsession. I don't draw a distinction either between work and play, professional and personal. It's all part of this life experience. Now, does that mean that when I'm at home spending time with my family, I'm thinking about my work? No. When I'm with my family, I'm with my family. I'm present, and I'm laughing and sharing love or teaching or whatever. It's not, so what I'm not saying to, Be of two minds. Be of one mind. Wherever you are, be there. If you're at the beach relaxing, be at the beach. Enjoy it. Soak up the sun and the wind, right? If you're working, be there. If you're live, be there. Fully, 100%. Practice focusing on that thing. Right? You can greatly increase your ability to focus by practicing this. Well, that's about it for tonight. This was an introductory session for me, multicasting, so I'm going to leave it at that, and I will see you guys on Wednesday night. Unless you're in the Boost Mindset community, I'll see you sooner. Okay? If you're in the tribe, I'll see you tonight or tomorrow night for study club. Okay? Thank you guys for showing up, participating, focusing. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys around. I'll see you in the next live, okay? Have a good night. Thank you, Maddie. You too. You're going to be an expert at this very soon, Maddie, because you show up consistently, over and over and over. It's very good. Bye to the rest of you too. Take care. I'll see you soon. Hope so. Love it. Bye, you guys.